Hey everybody, I was just sent this article from someone in the meetup group from court actually, and I skimmed through it before. When he said that I was actually working on something else for Intercoin and eGoods, but I skimmed through it real quick and oh my gosh. Look, before I really get into it, because I don't want to make this video real long. But before I get into it, let me just say the state of cryptocurrency has been very disheartening. And not because the market is down. I don't even know what the market is. I haven't looked at it in months. Well, now I won't say months, but weeks. 64.40 is where Bitcoin is at. Ethereum is 210. Ripple is still 45 cents. Ripple is way up from last year, and so is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is like double. And market cap 207. I think the stock market hasn't done that well this year, as far as I know. I haven't really researched it, but I think we'll have another ending to the year like last year, where we see a big major pump in November, December, and that will mainly come from Wall Street cutting their losses. But anyway, if I see other people going crazy over cryptocurrency again, I don't know what I'm gonna do. My wife thinks people gonna do that, man. I have more faith in people to just, if you are away from it now, then stay away from it. Don't hop in when you think the getting's good. That's not wise. But anyway, um, my point was, it's disheartening just because of the way people are using cryptocurrencies. They're using them. It's just a big greedy cycle. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Why do you think the Facebook group went from 300 active users to like two? Or even what coined it for that matter, from 30,000 active users to like 50. Look, greed. Stop it. I don't even want to do the meetups like that anymore because most people, not everyone, but and I want to do it almost just for the few that aren't pursuing this for greedy reasons. But man, I don't want to feel like I'm perpetuating the greed or condoning it. But anyway, let's read this. This is from BDAC IO. Yeah, BDAC is the world's first platform for trading tokens even before they get on exchanges. What? BDAC, you sound like a scam. Why are you going? How are you going to trade tokens? Now I know that would be useful for me, someone who's not listed yet, but that means, you know, I mean, whatever. I see the appeal, but at the same time, most reputable exchanges. I can't say that either. I wouldn't say most reputable exchanges, which how many of them is it? Maybe two, maybe two, maybe three. First of all, they're all ran by just regular individuals, and and a lot of them don't know business. So whatever. I see the appeal. Whatever. I'm not gonna go there. But let's just read this article. Um, it's top 10 stay away ICO directions in 2018. That really doesn't make all that much sense, but basically the article is about how to avoid scams and ICOs in 2018. Undoubtedly, there are cryptocurrencies capable of succeeding and achieving goals. At the same time, there are many more ordinary frauds in the field of cryptocurrency, and they are doomed to failure. Every investor should know this, since the production of cryptocurrencies does not have a controllable unit. No one regulates emissions. Who wrote this? This means that this financial instrument does not have a regulator, excuse me. What am I talking about? I'm just anyway, that controls the amount of the issued currency Besides, the cryptocurrency isn't bound to any material values such as gold, for instance. Neither is money, but okay. In principle, all fraudulent transaction types that are conducted with conventional electronic money are applicable to. I can't keep reading this. I'm sorry. This is not reading well to me. It's poorly written. I'm sorry. So let's just skim through this again. So I skimmed through this. I didn't read all this. Okay, characteristics of crypto scams, unrealistic claims. First of all, they shouldn't be claiming anything other than what they're setting out to try to do. So that is wrong in itself. Cloud mining services. What is he saying? What is he saying? I've been with the cloud mining service for over a year. It works perfectly fine. I get paid, and I mean, what does he mean? That doesn't make any sense. It's wrong. Bitcoin investment packages. Maybe he's saying that this stuff is real. I'm confused. What this? Well, I don't understand this. What is he saying? Maybe he's saying within cloud mining services, make sure the claims are realistic. Within Bitcoin investment packages, make sure the claims are realistic, and make sure that if it's based on multi-level marketing, make sure the claims are realistic. That would make more sense. I'm going to assume that's what that means. No code base. Absence of key information. No white paper. Ghost team members. Okay, ghost team members. Bitcoin, anyone? So let's just erase that one. Every time somebody say that, well, what about your team? I say Bitcoin. What about that team? Who did that? We don't know. Stop. It's very difficult and sometimes even impossible to distinguish a fraudulent ICO from an ordinary honest project. Therefore, before investing, you must absolutely monitor the project and follow simple rules of financial security. First, carefully study the white paper, the most essential document of any ICO, and the product presentation suggested by the authors. For instance, if the authors of a banana cultivation ICO project suggest that any investor can visit their plantation in Laos, make sure they are serious with their intentions. Not many people have the opportunity to go to this country in order to see banana groves in some remote province. Similarly, you will not go to an oyster farm on the island of Tahiti or any gas field in Antarctica. Some people might, though. Therefore, if the geography of the project is far from your location, it is hardly worth investing in. Okay, so let me get this straight. If they're based out of London, just forget it, huh? Forget that, because I live in Atlanta. London is too far. If I can't drive there, doesn't make any sense. I'm giving this person a hard time, yes, and I'm giving them a hard time because it's from a company that wants you to use their product, right? That's why I'm giving these people a hard time. 10 probable ICO fraud indicators. In the cryptocurrency business, the chance of losing money is much higher than the chance of earning it. No, it's not. That's just anything. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, you'll probably lose money. Thus, it is vital to carefully study all available information to make a constructive decision about the possibility of investment. While I'm cynical reading this article is overall negative. I don't like it. It's written poorly, and they don't make a lot of sense. They're wrong on a lot of cases. And then something like this, if you're wrong on one thing, throw the whole article in the trash. The promise of huge and instant income. Well, we know that. If they promise that, then no. I agree with that. And I'm not even going to read what he said because poorly constructed white paper. That's a lot of places. I know people that don't have scams, but their white paper was poor. I agree. I wouldn't invest in something that was written poorly, but it doesn't mean it's a scam. No team visibility. Bitcoin, anyone? So I'm going to skip that. No community channels. Because Bitcoin Talk is the God and Savior of all cryptocurrencies. Stop that. They need a website and some way to contact them, and if they respond, then you should be good. That's enough. Reliable ICOs always have a site that presents the key concepts of their idea. I just said that. White paper explanation, roadmap, the need, blah, blah, as well as communication channels for people who follow the project. Email addresses, chat rooms, accounts on Twitter or Medium. Is the team trying to update their data and keep their followers up to date on the news and project developments? They can just put that on their website, to be honest with you. Because anyway, we can look at IPOs, the regulated version of these things. And, well, IPOs aren't for everyone. It's just for accredited investors, and they don't do none of that. But they usually have working prototypes too. Project results unavailable. How can an investor know whether a project is actually developing and progressing, and whether it has a working prototype for the product or a POC MVP? I don't even know what that is. Many of the projects use GitHub to show working code and collaborate with the community. It's a good way to track progress. Reliable ICOs have a roadmap. Okay, while this is true, me personally, when I do my own blockchain, I'm not going to make that public. So, I mean, I'm not going to do that, because what we'll have is a whole bunch of copies. Just like Bitcoin, that stuff was open source, and you have a whole bunch of copies. If you are an investor, I could still give you access to my GitHub, but it'll be private for people who actually put up money. And so just because you can't find it on GitHub and you haven't, and you're looking to invest, that doesn't mean that it's a bad project. To me, it's actually smarter. Like, no one knows how Ripple has coded their stuff to make this stuff so fast. And it's not open, because it's not open source. That doesn't mean it's a scam. All the banks are using Ripple now. Literally, last I checked, and this was months ago, 96% of the banks in the world use Ripple technology. So, no competition. What is this? Perhaps the proposed white paper provides persuasive arguments in favor of creating a new cryptocurrency and presents details of its implementation. However, at the same time, it does not say that alternatives already exist. That I like that. A good company should always research its competitor, okay, and then compare themselves for you, the investor, to show you why or how you can improve on your competitor's business. So, for instance, my competitor, I don't really have none in the crypto space, but I would have eGoods has a competitor, technically Ebates. The difference is Ebates gives you cash. eGoods gives you an investment back that is cryptocurrency that can fluctuate in value. So, and you also get more of a percentage back on your money. So, see, I can compare myself with competitors. So, there you go. Let's see, it probably says something else here. The investor's task is to assess the correctness of the statements presented, such as new approach, unique method, etc. Yes, that's good. And compare them with existing coins. To do this, you can estimate what 20 to 30 of the biggest cryptocurrencies offer and compare it to what the new coin is promising. Comparing new offers with pre-existing, available, and well-proven ones is the best way to predict the future of the ICO. What is he talking about? Is he really actually just comparing coins to coins? Jesus, cryptocurrencies themselves look, the best way to look at cryptocurrencies is like stocks, shares in a company. What is he talking about? I mean, coins can be coded differently, yes, but it honestly ain't a whole lot that you could do with them. Some might be mineable, mintable, and this is if you build it off, let's say everything was at least as capable as Ethereum, and some stuff could be mineable or mineable. It could be, and then how is it mined? Proof of stake or proof of work. Those are, that's good to know. As a recommendation, I'd say go for proof of stake things. What else? They could be burnable or mintable. Burnable meaning you can burn coins, delete them out of existence. You can create new ones just like cash. So when these companies come across with a coin that's you can only mine them, and there's no, this is the only supply that's going to ever exist, that doesn't make any sense. You're going to eventually create pandemonium, especially if you didn't code it right. And anyway, you should be able to add and subtract, just like every money system in the world. Okay, that's a proven thing that works. Okay, being able to add and subtract. You have a situation like the DAO where something is stolen and you can't burn what was stolen or create new ones. Everyone's just SOL, and that's what happened and why Ethereum had to fork and branch off from Ethereum Classic. All of that. Okay, so that's dumb. Anyway, different coins do different things, yes, but at the end of the day, they're kind of all the same. So this guy's just comparing coins. Wow, not the actual purpose behind the coin, which was interesting. So I actually, in the beginning of this assessment, I gave them more credit than they deserved. Anyway, no token allocation scheme. I hate this part. Everyone talks about that, and from a business standpoint, it's dumb. Because at the end of the day, token allocation, let's just read it. How much money is needed to create the new product application? That is good. Do need to know that. How many tokens will be allocated for the team? Funny. In a perfect ICO, the project, first of all, let's address it. That's funny because how do you know? How do you know how many team members got what? You can't know ever. So that's why everyone's like, oh, well, how much? I didn't even bother putting that nonsense because you won't know whether I really did that or not. You can't know. So ignore stuff like that. In a perfect ICO, the project receives a small amount, but it grows together with the development of the company as particular stages of work are completed. Where did you get that from? If the team receives a large number of coins in advance before real financing, this is a bad sign. Oh, okay. I get what he meant was team members should get a small amount of coins first, and as it goes on, they get more coins, which doesn't even make sense because in no space does that work. If I create something, I own it, the whole shebang. Okay, so it's all mine. And basically, they're just saying that that's a sign of a potential pump and dump. No, that's a sign. That's a sign. I mean, it could be, but generally, take it as this: when I see people ICOs, these are the ones I avoid that say we're only keeping 10% of the coins, the rest of all being sold. I avoid them. They don't know business. Okay. Especially if it's an ERC20 token, and a lot of them do this. Vitalik Buterin, okay, clearly states and he has a little tutorial that helps you build coins. Clearly states that you need to own over 51% of the coins. You do not put more than that up for sale. You will lose. If someone knows what they're doing, they can take everything. They can take complete ownership of all of the coins. So never do that. And you get all these companies that do it. So yeah. All right. Just like a regular IPO. If I go and have enough money to buy up 51% of Berkshire Hathaway on the stock market, I own Berkshire. I'm telling Warren Buffett where to go and what to do. Okay, so don't ever do that. All right, the time span between coin issue and the progress of the project motivates the team to work further rather than simply allowing them to cash in on a successful ICO. Look here, cash in on a successful ICO. Sir, here's how ICOs work. I create a coin, I sell it to you to raise money. I've already cashed in. I already sold the coins when you bought them at the ICO. There's nothing for me to cash in. Yes, I have tokens too, or coins myself still, but that's for the future. If you're smart, that's for the future. But I've already gotten the money. If I raised $3 million during the ICO, that $3 million cash is mine. Okay, there's nothing already cashed in. So these people clearly don't even know how ICOs work. This is why I'm frustrated with cryptocurrency. No one knows what they're doing. Even venture capitalists, and I've talked to a lot over the summer, they don't know what they're doing. They don't know the laws. They have no idea what the SEC likes and dislikes. It is so frustrating. I'm really ahead of the curve when it comes to the way I structure my stuff, and nobody can understand it. It is so frustrating. Wow. And this is why I've kind of just been quiet lately. I just don't. I mean, I got to either wait for people to catch up or I don't want to try to force anyone to understand things. It should just be simply presented and people should know. But people buy into stuff like this. So many people have no idea what they're saying. They're just regurgitating something they heard in passing without facts or substantiated proof. It's just frustrating to me. I got an email, and I can even show the email from this venture capitalist firm, from the CEO. She said the SEC doesn't like cryptocurrency, so no one's going to touch that. Ma'am, how do you know? I asked her. I said, where'd you get that from? Why do you say that? She didn't respond, but that's not the SEC doesn't. They like the technology. They like blockchain and cryptocurrency. They think it's the future. They just don't like these scam ICOs. That's what they don't like. People raising $200 million or for real, even $3 million during the ICO to build a blockchain. Look, that's too much money. All blockchain is is code, is software. All right, nobody needs that much. Now this video is getting long. No one needs that much money up front for software to build a prototype. You're giving them exit money. Okay? Some people work a business for 10 years to cash out and get $10 million. And here you go, you got ICOs that reportedly raised, and I say reportedly because you can fudge the numbers too, reportedly raised 30 million, 40, 50 million, $100 million. They're not going to do anything. I promise you. And that's why we haven't seen anything from them. Look at over the past year, the people who so-called raised all this money, we have not seen any movement or any progress from them, any product. Why? Because you gave them exit money. All right, what is exit money? Exit money means I create a business, I work it, I get it up to this amount, and then someone, a bigger corporation, buys it out from me for 30 million, 10 million, $50 million, $100 million, and I'm rich for life. You gave me that now, and you completely removed my incentive to do anything. If my goal was to I want to make $10 million, and I raised 20 during the ICO, and there's no legal ramification for me to not do anything. You didn't get shares or ownership in the company. You just donated this money because you like my idea. My personal goal was to make 10 million. I got 20 million now. I committed no crime. Was this morally indecent? Sure. But there you go. I've more than doubled my goal. I'm not going to do anything but retire now. So that's what you have to watch out for. These companies just trying to raise a whole lot of money. Huge marketing campaign MLM. If a large portion of tokens is spent on marketing the project, this is usually a bad sign. First of all, marketing is everything. Marketing is, okay, why my ICO failed? Because I didn't market and I don't have any money to market. So if no one knows you have a store that's open for business, guess what? You'll not ever get any business. So marketing is everything. So don't be, and it just depends on the market. Just make sure that the expenses are itemized and that they make sense. A large portion should go to marketing, but then you got to say, hey, to R&D is going to research and development. We got this much money going towards that, and it needs to make sense for whatever the project is trying to accomplish. Me, for e-goods, what I did differently was just I didn't raise money to do a project. I did the project and say, here it is. I just need money now. And guess what? For marketing. That's all I need. That's all I was trying to raise money for was marketing and employees and stuff. Carefully study all documents, paying attention to those parts in which you find the acronym MLM. I've never seen MLM in a white paper. I don't even think they would even describe it as such. MLM or multi-level marketing is a well-known scheme that is often considered fraudulent. Hold on. Stop it. Yes, from ignorant people. I didn't say idiots. I didn't say stupid. Ignorant people, that means you don't know. We could stop here. MLM. Okay, let's talk about MLM. Anybody ever heard of Avon or Mary Kay or people know, but I want to give y'all an example of a company that everyone uses that no one knows is actually network marketing. I can't think of it right now. It's like a hardware store, something like that. Anyway, all wrong, absolutely wrong right here. This is all wrong. No investor rights or guarantees presented. Where have you seen that? Someone raise their hand and tell me where they've seen an ICO or any crypto company or anything like that where they gave investor rights or guarantees. Never seen it. You invest in the ICO, that was a donation. Which is why the SEC is like, yo, y'all need to wise up. Don't do this. The white paper does not provide information on investor protection. What investor protection? It's not regulated, sir. So what? What are you expecting to be protected from? And reimbursement opportunities? Okay, and I'll say this. The difference between soft caps and hard caps. If the soft cap is not met, everyone should get their money back. I agree with that. And it depends. Again, you a lot of times are raising money. Like for me, let's say if I was raising money before I did e-goods to build e-goods, and I say, well, I'm gonna need $20,000 to do that. And if I don't get the $20,000, then obviously I'm not going to be able to do it right. If I did my expenses correctly, everyone should get their money back. But since I made e-goods first, I can accept any money. If I say I'm trying to raise 100,000, I only raise $2. I'm keeping the $2. No one gets anything back because um, the company is already in business. So any profit is good profit. So I just, again, it depends. You guys kind of need to study business, man, and make sure it makes sense to you. Just think about it to yourself. Does it make sense? Step out of your feelings and just look at it. Does this make sense? As a rule, creators of ICO products only appeal with their name and the good names of celebrities. Celebrities? I think I've only ever seen 2 of those, and I don't know if they was even real. Also, the project's website should contain as many contacts and as much legal information as possible. What legal information? You can't sue them. You donated the money. Which should be understood and described in the most detailed manner. Wow. Wow. I actually laugh at all the ones that say all this legal stuff. I'm like, this nonsense. There is nothing. Stuff is not regulated. It's not regulated, okay? Now, you could put in there that I'm not promising anything, and a lot of them say that. Anyway, I think this article was not good. It had a couple little nice things, but mostly it was terrible. So, the end. That's the end of this video. Ciao.